Welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers. Before we begin, hit that thumbs up button if you have a thumb, and comment down below with what characters you love in the Arrowverse. Plus, if you're not caught up with your shows, I'm giving you a spoiler alert right now. You have been warned. With that, let's get to today's list of the top 10 craziest Arrowverse crossovers. In at number 10, Haunted. This episode crossover was the 5th episode of the 4th season in Arrow. It features a crazy crossover bringing Constantine into the mix. Matt Ryan's character has made several appearances throughout the Legends of Tomorrow 3rd season, and with the demon fighting detective making this appearance, it confirms we will see more of him in the future. When he helps restore Sarah Lance's soul, it perfectly segues the use of magic into the Arrowverse. Number 9, Taken. Vixen is the second magic-wielding crossover to enter the Arrowverse and a great opportunity for Megalyn EK to bring her animated character to live action. Vixen enters when she is requested by Oliver to assist him in taking on the evil character of Damien Dark. We also get to finally see Vixen's animal-based magical powers on screen, making this one crazy crossover event. Number 8, Paradox. In this crossover event, we see Barry come to realize that the effects from Flashpoint are far greater than he once thought. In his attempts to reset, it alters history and changes the lives of everyone, including his friends. The biggest change is perhaps when Diggle, a member of Team Arrow, has a son now instead of a daughter. We also get a quick cameo from Felicity, who Barry turns to for help to manage the fallout. Number 7, AllStar Team Up. This crossover features the nerdy duo of Felicity and her boyfriend Ray Palmer, also known as Adam. They've arrived to seek the help of Star Labs to repair Ray's suit, and it's a good thing they were in town because an evil woman named Brie Larvan releases hundreds of robotic bees to attack them. With Ray's suit in working order, he uses it to help the Flash to take on this week's villain. Number 6, Duet. This Flash and Supergirl crossover was the much needed relief that the Arrowverse needed. Before that, the shows had been very serious with issues of Barry's grievances and fears. A villain known as the Music Meister has trapped the pair and forces them to sing and dance in 1940s fashion just for, well, his amusement. Unable to use their superpowers, the two must perform a duet just to survive. While the rest of the Team Flash try to work on discovering how to free them, Barry and Supergirl realize the only way out is to go on with the show for the Music Meister. Number 5, Going Rogue. In this crazy crossover, we get the introduction of Leonard Snart, aka Captain Cole from the Arrow series, on the 4th episode of the 1st season in The Flash. He's identified by Joe West and the Flash when Barry is faced with saving a security guard after he's shot by an armed robber. Barry and Joe identify Leonard as the group's leader when investigating the case. We also get a surprise visit from Felicity, who is checking in on her old pal Barry when she hears about his new abilities. We also get to see Dr. Wells becoming increasingly furious with Cisco after the cold gun he built, without telling anyone, goes missing. If that wasn't enough for you, we also get an epic showdown between the Flash and Captain Cold at the very end. Number 4, Invasion. As the Arrowverse is facing an earth-shattering threat, it will depend on this crazy 4-way crossover between Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. That earth-shattering threat is none other than an invasion by an alien race known as the Dominators. This episode features a ton of crossovers, with each superhero getting a decent amount of screen time, and we get to see Laurel Lance back for one more heart-wrenching episode.
Best team up ever!
In at number 3, Flash vs. Arrow. In this first major crossover for the Arrowverse, this 2-part event is one to remember. These episodes were a pivotal part to laying the foundation for future crossovers. In the first part, we see Barry attempting to take down the metahuman Vivolo by himself, all alone, and as a result, becomes infected with an unstoppable rage. Because of this, we get to see the Flash and the Arrow duke it out in an epic hero versus hero fight. The episode also features great team-up action to take down Captain Boomerang, and shows the heroes learning a few things from each other along the way. As you would imagine, these episodes also feature some terrific interactions between the supporting cast, who are also meeting each other for the first time. Number 2, World's Finest. In this crossover event, the lightning fast superhero appears in an alternate universe where he meets Kara Danvers, aka Supergirl. In the highly anticipated yet unexpected crossover, the Arrowverse shows us just what happens when we see a bridge form between separate universes. Barry and Kara also share some great on-screen chemistry, which makes for a fun, lighthearted team-up. My favorite part is perhaps their foot race to test Barry's theory of breaking the dimensional barrier to get back to his home universe.
On your marks.
Get set.
Go.
Lastly, in our number 1 spot, Crisis on Earth X. In the 4th annual shared multiverse crossover between Supergirl, Arrow, The Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow, wedding bells for Barry and Iris are met by uninvited Nazis. The villains are from Earth X, a world in which Germany had won World War II. This crossover event is special because unlike previous crossovers, Crisis on Earth X gets its own opening title card. We learn that there are 52 versions of Earth in the multiverse, while Harry corrects that, saying that there's 53, but Earth X is so bad no one wants to go there. The team battles the Nazi soldiers in a church, all while dressed in the fanciest attire possible, which makes for some crazy crossover action. Now let's entertain your brain with some comments. Faith says, favorite host. Hopefully people have enough faith in me like you. Luis says, shout me out, I have subscribed for a long time. Well, thank you for subscribing, Luis, and here's a shout out, and if you're not subscribed, do it now. Do it. Philip Garcia says, us nerds stick together. In a world where people take the time to dislike nerd videos, us nerds do have to stick together. Also, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Jeff Martin says, is it just me or does he sound like Morty? Morty, like from Rick and Morty? Oh geez, Jeff, I don't hear it. Is that the closest thing? That's pretty Morty. Blue Vortex 01 says, wish MCU could be a little darker. Me too, unfortunately they have to hit all of the age ranges whenever possible. Although, you guys were right, Infinity War was pretty dark. And that has been the top 10 craziest Arrowverse crossovers. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then share it with your friends. Plus, let us know down in the comments section which crossover event was your absolute favorite. And if you happen to be new here, hit that subscribe button so you can join our nerd family. Also, if you want more videos like this one, just click the playlist on the screen. From Top 10 Nerd, I'm Johnny Rogers, and until next time, take care.